So tell us, Steve, what are you looking forward to in this year's Canadian film and features?
Well, I'm looking forward to all of them. You know, it's a tough to winnow all the great stuff we see over the years, like well over 200 features down to about 20 slots. So we're really, both Dennis and I are really proud of this lineup. It's got a great selection of veterans, people like Patricia Rozema, Don McKellar, Ron Mann. He's got a new doc called Carmen Street to Guitars, which is great. A new film by Keith Berman, who has this beautiful movie called Giant Little One, starring Maria Bello and Kyle MacLachlan. New film by Tom Fitzgerald from out east, a great film called Splinters, about a young girl dealing with her father's death. We got some amazing first-time, Denny Arcon, of course. We've got some amazing first-time directors. Really cool project called Edge of the Knife, which is the first film shot in the Haida language, there's only about 20 speakers left. Really powerful movie. Great debut by this filmmaking team, Adam Stein and Zach Lipovsky, called Freaks, film starring Bruce Dern, and it's sort of this fantasy. It reminds me a lot of Philip K. Dick or some Michael Bendis graphic novels. Really amazing. Really strong debut by a young filmmaker who's like 23, Akesh Sherman, about this astronomer. It's called Clara, about this astronomer who's working on the more esoteric fringes of research, and he meets this woman who sort of helps him, encourages him to pursue his work. All his colleagues are saying, give it up, and a really strong drama and quite visually striking too. A film from up north called Grizzlies by Miranda de Ponce. We're lucky to have one of the creators, Althea Arnagak-Baril here, who's a filmmaker as well, did Angry Anouk a couple years ago. Really beautiful story about a young teacher and his impact on a community that's sort of plagued by teen suicide. Amazing cast, young cast. They're just sensational. They're really the heart of the film. We've got, I think it's 3 features with Tantu Cardinal, the great actress. She's the lead in Darlene Neponce's feature, Falls Around Her. Some really interesting, edgy work by, it's part of Wavelengths, a great film by Andrea Boosman called Faust, which is about storytelling, and it's a lot of ghost stories too. It really has a feel, sort of fits in with the sort of fantasy and supernatural stuff. Great new movie by Maxime Giroux, who won the Canadian Feature Prize here a couple years ago with Felix and Mira. This film's called Great Darkened Days, and it's kind of an allegory that sort of kind of predicts the current refugee crisis. It's about a Quebecois actor sort of on the run in the southwestern U.S., and he's sort of persecuted by these sort of evil forces, and there's a leader who's sort of constantly on the radio issuing these horrible statements that Americans can't stand losers and they only love winners. Probably strikes a chord right now. Sharkwater Extinction, the last film by Rob Stewart. The Ron Mann film I really love, Carmen Street Guitars. It's about guitars, which I'm quite fond of, but it's also about gentrification and the impact that has. It's really, in some ways, about how condos and developments really change and kind of change, I think, for the worse, the neighborhoods. These are all neighborhoods people want to live in, but when they lose the reason why you came, they're not the same neighborhood. And then the guy who runs the store is in Greenwich Village and constantly under threat of gentrification. Great, really timely documentary by Astra Taylor called What is Democracy, which looks at the threats to democracy. So it's quite a beautiful lineup, I think.
Well, thank you for touching upon all those films, and thank you for your time.
I tend to go on. Sorry about that.